rated as being second only to nuclear weapons. It is North Korea's Special Forces. The North Korean military currently has the largest special force in the world, numbering 200,000 people, including men and women. They are trained in commando tactics, able to operate across the terrain of the country. This was the asymmetric force to deal with their modernly equipped adversary. For decades, North Korea has maintained a large-scale military with all branches, from tanks to motorized infantry, artillery, parachute forces, and special forces. Due to economic difficulties and international embargoes since the Cold War, the Korean Army has faced backwardness in equipment and supply shortages. For example, about North Korean tanks, the latest model is Chonma-ho Tank, based on the Soviet-supplied T-62, making them completely inferior to the forces of the United States and South Korea. In response, North Korea has emphasized the importance of special forces. Currently, Pyongyang maintains 25 brigades and 5 battalions of special forces, was organized to take on missions such as attacking the demarcation line DMZ, getting deep into South Korean territory, and carrying out assassinations. Of the 200,000 North Korean commandos, about 150,000 belong to light infantry units, mainly man-powered. Their mission is to penetrate through enemy lines, to encircle or organize attacks from behind on enemy forces. North Korea's characteristic mountainous terrain favors such tactics. North Korea also organizes tunnel networks that are especially dangerous for the enemy. 11 of North Korea's special brigades and each infantry division has a commando battalion. North Korea has 3 special aviation brigades, 38th, 40th, and 58th. The mission of these brigades, similar to those of the 82nd Airborne Division, is to conduct strategic operations, including airborne landings, capture of important terrain and infrastructure such as airports, government buildings, important roads, etc. Each brigade, with a total number of 3,500 men, is made up of 6 airborne battalions. Due to the lack of amphibious aircraft, North Korea's special brigades are not capable of landing at battalion level or higher, nor it can operate outside of the Korean peninsula. North Korea is estimated to have 8 sniper brigades. Each sniper brigade, numbering about 3,500 men, is organized into 7 to 10 sniper battalions. These units perform a variety of roles and closely resemble U.S. Special Forces and Navy SEALs. Sniper brigades are trained in strategic reconnaissance, with missions including assassinations, raids on high-level targets, military and economic targets, sabotage South Korea reverse system, secretly transporting weapons, and organizing guerrilla warfare operations. These forces do not use North Korean army uniforms and weapons, but wear civilian clothes or South Korean military clothes, even US troops. In an army sniper brigade, there will be a platoon of female snipers, numbering 30 to 40 people, trained to conduct combat operations in civilian clothes. The last special force was under the Army Reconnaissance Department, with about 4 independent reconnaissance battalions. Each of these special battalions has about 500 men. These will be the first units to cross the line when there is a conflict situation between the two regions. According to American intelligence, the 5th Battalion of Bureau is organized for overseas operations. North Korean special forces often operate behind enemy lines. Amphibious vehicles are diverse, including secret tunnels, amphibious ships, submarines, and even civilian ships. North Korea has a fleet of about 200 very old AN-2 light transport aircraft. It can fly at extremely low altitudes and slowly to avoid radar. Each AN-2 can carry up to 12 commandos, can land on short runways or a parachute. North Korea also has a fleet of about 250 transport helicopters, most of which are of Soviet origin, and a few huge 500 MD light helicopters. In the event of a war, North Korea's special forces would likely organize separate attacks across South Korea territory. Even North Korean special forces have been trained to attack and destroy a mock-up of the South Korean Blue House. With pride and absolute loyalty to the regime, North Korea's special forces are truly a formidable opponent to any enemy. My video about the North Korea Special Forces ends here. Thank you for watching. If you find this video interesting, please give me your thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to support the channel. Goodbye and see you again in the next videos. Tạm biệt và hẹn gặp lại quý vị và các bạn trong các video tiếp theo.